I love exercising and being active. It reminds me of how amazing our bodies are. All the different parts work together so well, and each one has a special job. In this video, we're learning about 4 parts of the body: your brain, your heart, your eyes, and your nose. It's going to be really cool. Now, your brain, your heart, your eyes, and your nose are all organs of the body. Organs. What does that mean? Organs of the body. Well, an organ is a special group of tissues that work together to do an important job for the body. We're going to discover fun and interesting facts about each of these organs. By the end, you'll understand their jobs and why they're so special. Let's start with the brain. The brain! Now, I know this might sound crazy, okay? I hope you're sitting down. This might sound a little crazy. The brain controls most of the activities of the body. Your brain is like the control center of your body. When you sit down, your brain told your body to sit down. When you stand up, your brain told your body to stand up. It's amazing. Your brain controls most of the activities of your body. You see, the brain is really powerful. Oh my goodness, the brain is really powerful. It does a great job of controlling the activities of your body. Your brain is a champ. It's like the control center of your body, and your brain does a phenomenal job. Wait, but how does something that almost looks like a wad of bubble gum control most of the activities of your body? How does that even work? Well, your brain uses something called the nervous system. Yeah, the nervous system. It's different than this kind of nervous. This man, his team is behind, okay? It's near the end of the game. He doesn't know if they're going to be able to win, and he's sitting there wearing his cape. He's nervous. This is a different type of nervous. The nervous system is how the brain is able to control the actions of your body. And here's how it works. Here is where your brain is, and here is where something called the spinal cord is. Now, the brain and the spinal cord work together to send information called signals. These signals are sent to what are called your nerves. Your nerves enable your body to do what your brain directed, and that is how the brain is able to control most of the actions of your body. The brain and spinal cord make up what's called the central nervous system, where information is processed and sent out as signals. And those nerves that go throughout your whole body, those are called the peripheral nervous system. And these arrows are just pointing to just a few that are in the arm, but they go all over the place, and they receive these signals from the brain. How cool is that? From the central nervous system, the brain and spinal cord, the peripheral nervous system gets the signals and is like, okay, let's do this. And what's so cool, it can work the other way around, where the nerves can actually send signals to the spinal cord and to the brain. Let's say you're playing outside and you fall and you hurt your knee. Your nerves, which are part of the peripheral nervous system, send out a signal and say, uh-oh, pain, I'm hurt in the knee. That signal gets sent to the brain and spinal cord, which are the central nervous system, and your brain processes that information so you can take the action that you need to take, which is to take care of your knee. Hey, did you know? The brain, because it controls most of the activities of your body, needs to be protected. That is why it's so amazing that your brain lives here, in something called the skull. Your brain lives in the skull. Your skull is really hard and protects your brain because your brain controls most of the activities of your body. But not only that, the brain is also responsible for all of your thinking and dreaming and imagining. Have you ever sat down and just thought and planned? All of that is using your brain. How incredible! So good that your brain lives in your skull so it can be protected, because not only does it control most of the activities of your body, but also you do your thinking with your brain, your imagining with your brain, even your dreaming with your brain. How incredible is the brain? And you know what? You've been using your brain the whole time you've been watching this video. That's so cool. The brain is awesome. Oh my goodness, great job learning about the brain. Now we're ready to look at the next organ of the body, the heart. That's right, the heart. So, what does the heart do? Well, we can see it's moving, isn't it? The heart is constantly moving. Wow. So what does the heart do for your body? That is a really good question. Well, here it is. The heart pumps blood through the body. Isn't that amazing? The heart pumps blood through the body. Your heart is a big pump. And it's pumping blood through your body as you're watching this video right now. You're watching Homeschool Pop, you're having a great time, and even right now, your heart is pumping blood through your body. Isn't that incredible? So how does your heart do that? The heart has 4 chambers. 4 chambers. If anyone ever asks you, how many chambers does your heart have? You'll say, my heart has 4 chambers. That word chamber almost means like a room. It's almost like your heart has 4 rooms. It has 4 chambers. There's the right atrium and there's the left atrium. These are the top chambers of your heart. Then the lower 2 chambers are the right ventricle and the left ventricle. Pretty simple. The heart has 4 chambers. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. So here is how the heart pumps blood through the body. The blood comes in through these valves right here into the right atrium and the left atrium. Do you see those arrows? The blood flows in. Then the blood goes into the ventricles, the right ventricle and the left ventricle. Isn't that pretty cool? Then the blood leaves the ventricles through these valves up here, and it's ready to replenish the body with the oxygen and nutrients that your body needs. This is all made possible because the heart is a muscular organ, meaning it has lots of muscles. Those muscles are what enables it to pump blood through your body. Isn't that cool? It's such a strong organ. The heart pumps blood to every part of your body through the veins and arteries. This is called the circulatory system. Isn't that amazing? It enables your entire body to get the oxygen and nutrients that it needs so you can be healthy and strong. The heart, what an amazing organ that pumps blood through your body so you can stay strong and healthy. Wow, fantastic job. That was really interesting, wasn't it? We still have 2 more organs of the body to explore. Next up, you'll see just how amazing your eyes are. Let's learn about them now. So what job do your eyes have? If organs are special groups of tissues that have a specific job, what job do your eyes have? It's a pretty easy question, isn't it? Yeah, your eyes allow you to see. You see with your eyes. Your eyes are a special group of tissues that allow you to see. In fact, you're using your eyes right now to watch this video. Okay, so what do your eyes see right now? Yeah, little dog on top. Oh. maximum cutage, and you wouldn't even know this existed if it weren't for your eyes. Alright, your eyes are showing you this doggy, this little doggy. Okay, so your eyes are organs of the body that allow you to see, but how do they work? How do your eyes allow you to see? Here is a drawing of the different parts of the human eye. We're going to find out how these parts work together to help you see. The first part of your eye we're going to learn is the iris. The iris right here on this drawing. The iris is the colored area of your eye. So when you're looking at someone, the colored part of their eye is called the iris right here. Now you might have noticed in the middle of the iris is a black dot. That black dot is called the pupil. The pupil. The pupil is a black dot right in the middle of the iris. Here is where the pupil is on this drawing of your eye. Now the pupil is a hole in the middle of your iris that takes in light. Your iris has muscles in it that makes your pupil either larger or smaller depending on how much light is in the area around you. If it's dark in the room, your pupils will be larger. If it's bright in the room, your pupils will be smaller because your eyes will not want to take in as much light. Light goes inside of the pupil. Then, right behind the pupil is a part of your eye called the lens. The lens. The lens focuses the light that comes into the pupil. To review, your pupil takes in light. It's a hole in the middle of your iris that takes in light, and your lens focuses the light that just came into your pupil. Remember, the lens is just behind the pupil, so they work together. You know, the light comes into the pupil, and the lens focuses the light. The final part of the eye we're going to look at today, look with your eyes, is the retina. The retina is in the back of the eye. The retina turns the light into electrical pulses that will get sent to the brain. The light that was focused through the lens goes to the retina where it turns into an image. That image is sent through these electrical pulses, and then your brain figures out exactly what you're seeing. All of these parts work together so well and so quickly that we don't even realize it's happening. We just see the images of what we see right away. Immediately, we don't realize that the pupil's taking in light, the lens is focusing the light, the retina on the back of the eye is turning that light into images that our brain can figure out. We just see everything moment by moment, but when you realize how complex and how many parts there are to your eyes, it's like, wow! I'm so glad that our eyes have all these parts because it is so cool that we get to see. That was neat. And you know what? We only have one more organ to learn about in this video. Next, we're learning about the nose. The nose. Now, you already know that your nose is a part of your face, isn't it? It is right in the middle of your face. Your nose is not only a part of your face, though. Your nose is also part of something called the respiratory system. Wow, can you say that? Respiratory system. Okay, well, what does that mean? What is the respiratory system? Well, the respiratory system is what allows you to breathe. Without the respiratory system, you would not be able to breathe. Your nose is a part of that system, allowing you to breathe in and out. In fact, your nose is usually the first step in the respiratory system. It is like the entryway for air to get in, and it is the exit for air to get out. We say the nose is usually the first step in the respiratory system because you can breathe in and out using your mouth, but the nose is used more often for that purpose. So, the nose is usually the first step in the respiratory system. This is made possible by two entries into the nose. Do you know what those entries are called? Yes, nostrils. The human nose has two nostrils, allowing air to get in and out. It is great that we breathe in and out through our nose. You see, there are small hairs in your nose that get air ready to be received into your body. These hairs warm the air that comes in and also block large particles from going into the rest of the respiratory system. And no, the hairs aren't purple, but that would be cool. That would be neat. So, the nose is usually the first step of the respiratory system, being the entry for air to get into your body, and there are special hairs that block large particles from getting into the rest of the respiratory system. When you breathe in through your mouth, nothing gets blocked. Great job, nose! Your nose has another really important purpose. What do you think that is? Yeah, smelling! What is interesting is that your nose itself doesn't do any smelling. It is just where the air gets in. Behind your nose is something called the nasal cavity. On the top of the nasal cavity is a nerve called the olfactory nerve. The olfactory nerve has many nerve fibers, as you can see. It is connected to the brain and sends smell signals to the brain so that you know what something smells like. A fun way to remember the olfactory nerve is to think of an old factory. An old factory might not smell good, right? So just remove the D from old factory and you'll remember the olfactory nerve. The olfactory nerve lets you know whether you smell a flower or a skunk. Ooh. When a skunk sprays you, woo! The olfactory nerve on the roof of your nasal cavity will be telling your brain, emergency, help! Help me! Help me! Bad smells! Help me! The olfactory nerve at the roof of your nasal cavity is very powerful. Did you know you can smell as many as 1 trillion different smells? That's incredible! Good smells, bad smells, and everything in between. By the way, most grown-ups don't know what the olfactory nerve is. Just let them know that the olfactory nerve is what allows your nose to smell things, and you'll be able to teach them something new. Woo, that's cool. Smelling has another benefit too. Without your olfactory nerve, you wouldn't be able to taste as well as you do. You see, smells enhance taste. That's right. That is why your food isn't as tasty when you have a stuffy nose, for example, because you can't smell the food as well. Your nose is part of your face. It is the main entrance to the respiratory system, and it is where air often leaves your body as well. You also learned that behind your nose is the nasal cavity. That's right, the nasal cavity. And at the roof of the nasal cavity is a very special thing called the olfactory nerve, which is connected to the brain and sends smell signals to the brain so you know what you're smelling. And the olfactory nerve is super powerful and is able to tell the difference between 1 trillion different smells. I mean, it's so powerful. And you're going to impress people by knowing what the olfactory nerve is. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. Wow, you did it! Great job! You learned a lot about your brain, your heart, your eyes, and your nose. These organs have special jobs that help your body work. They are really awesome, and so are you. Hey, thanks for learning with me. I hope you had a ton of fun. If you enjoyed this and haven't yet, be sure to click that subscribe button for more videos like this one. I have a lot of videos, okay? I want to give a special thank you to my patrons for making videos like this possible. Your support means the world to me, and thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. Wow, you are so awesome, and you know what? I'll see you next video.